Yo, what's going on, guys? I have not made a YouTube video in forever, so sorry about that, but I want to kind of restart these and be more consistent with them so you guys can hold me accountable to that. But regardless, I want to speak about a topic that I feel is like not talked about too much when it comes to like online income, investing, and all the things in between. Cash flow. Okay, I feel like cash flow is very undervalued, just because crypto markets are having 1,000x returns, 100x returns, or 100% gains, or whatever. Insert crazy investment story or person that bought Dogecoin of a fraction of a penny, now it's at 70 cents, or it peaked at 70 cents rather, into that statement. So a lot of people are prioritizing luck over skill or over consistency, which is, you can't really blame people, because like you see an asset class, I don't know, call Doge an asset, but you see something appreciate that quickly, you want to, like, you're always like, oh man, am I missing the mark? It takes focus away from your main hustle, and you're already thinking about like, man, like, what can I do to capitalize on that? Because you don't want to be behind trends, but at the same time, you don't want to risk capital and lose it, right? So I feel like that I've always in that place too, because like I follow people, I see people doing crazy things with the cryptos, or insert whatever new industry or new kind of income thing that's new. I always see a lot of people just like doing stuff, and I'm like, man, am I in the wrong industry, man? And kind of pocket watching rather than focusing on my main thing. And my main thing is prioritizing cash flow over lucky speculative gains. Okay, if you do not understand that we are in a crypto bubble right now, you're blind. Look at it from a outside perspective and see that people are hyping up cryptos without any utility, without any true value, just for the sheer fact that it is going to go up. Okay, if you analyze what's happening now with cryptos and compare it to what happened in the dot-com bubble with companies, you could start a company, it could 10x, stocks, everything, and then what happened? They're all gone, right? Just like the cryptos are happening. You can start a crypto today, it can move, and then what happens? It's gone. What's going to happen long term? None of these are going to be around. Everybody knows this isn't an elephant in the room, right? But people are just getting rich off the pump and dump, and 90% of people are on the dump side, and they don't even know it, and they're chasing to get lucky, and don't even really think of the tax implications of any of it. But that's a whole other issue. But you're throwing your money around, maybe hitting gains, maybe not, but you're not really looking at true utility. So at the end of the day, it's really risky in short term. That's my whole thing. Very risky, very short term thinking, and you got to always go on to the next thing. What's the next thing? What's the next coin? Where am I going to throw my money next? Rather than focusing on, hey, let me just throw money somewhere and then focus on making more of it. Because let's say you have 100K invested, 1% gain is $1,000. Okay, to get 1% gain in a week, that'd be cool. I have things that are doing that right now, but it requires a large amount of capital to make $1,000 in a week. If you have a skill, if you have something that's cash flowing, right, $1,000 a week, it's a lot easier to make $1,000 by doing something than investing, right? Eventually you want to flip from just performing a service or doing something to making money on the investment side. But regardless of that, it's much easier to make $1,000 just doing something. And I feel like it's very undervalued right now, just because everybody's chasing huge speculative gains, right? So just think about it. Sit down and think about it. The reason I thought about making this video was I was going to fill up gas, and I seen, $10,000 winner, instant winner for a lotto ticket, and it said, like this person won in 2018. I was coming back from my cottage, right? So not a gas station that's visited very often or whatever. Cool. But I was thinking people put easy money on a pedestal and really undervalue what can get achieved by hard work and consistent effort, but don't want to put any effort in fears that they won't be compensated for it, rather than having wishful thinking in order to say, hey, I'm going to put my best foot forward and somebody's going to pay me for it. The whole reason I'm making money online is because I said, hey, I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to push the needle for somebody, and I'm going to get paid for that just because of my skill. And if I'm not good, I don't want to get paid. And thinking like that is what's going to get you paid, right? Just think about it. If you can help somebody achieve a certain result, larger the result, the larger you can be compensated for it, right? And that's just dumbing it down to the most simplest level. So if I can, like, let's just say I do Facebook ads or something, right? If I can help someone make 50K, they're probably gonna be okay to pay me $10,000 if I can generate them a lot of money, right? And then just put this on a smaller level. What can you do to help push the needle for somebody else, right? Focus on skills that can make people money, and then you're indispensable. You're like, COVID, let's bring in COVID. You're essential. You're not non-essential, okay? To a business owner, if you can make somebody money, you're essential. If you can make anybody money, you are essential in their life. So if you can position yourself to be essential, not non-essential, then you're golden, right? Then you can make that cash flow that I'm talking about. So having a skill that doesn't require a lot of time, that takes a lot of expertise, is the best thing to do. Why? Because it takes not a lot of your time. You can do it on the side of a full-time job, just like me. I work full-time, and I still monetize a skill online that for most months, for most months, it pays me more than my job, right? Which is crazy to think about, but just think about it. What if you had an online skill paying you more than you make at work right now? What would you do? But a lot of people ask me, Matt, why don't you quit? Well, if it doesn't require my full-time effort, why would I? Right? So I value security and longevity. I don't want to make short-term moves with my business just to push the needle a little bit, making short-term moves that won't benefit me long-term. So to not be stressed about money, still working, living like a normal person. And then on my business side, I'm pushing the needle, not on what's going to further line my pockets, but what's going to better benefit my customers, right? So again, to circle back to the main point of this video is just prioritizing cash flow, okay? Find a business online that you can provide a service for that generates people money, or businesses money, right? Or solves a problem. Any business is designed to solve a problem. I focus the businesses that I partake in to generate people money because that's what I'm most passionate about. What makes me happy is being able to say, hey, my customers, I made them money. Or my advertising customer, I made them money. They had a positive ROI for their ad campaign. That's what makes me happy. What makes me happy is being able to say, hey, this person, I don't know what, I got a battery warning. Regardless, what makes me happy is being able to say I made this person money, and that's what fulfills me. That's the problem that I can solve that makes me feel fulfilled, and that's my selfish kind of thing. I would say, you want to find your selfish thing, that what makes you happy. So if you helping people to lose weight makes you feel good about yourself, do that and monetize it and make that your business, because you're going to want to fulfill what makes you feel good, as long as it's a result for somebody else. No one's going to pay you because you feel good about, I don't know, playing video games, let's just say, right? You can be a Twitch streamer, but the people making money, and that's very, very low, right? The top 1% are only making really money. That's the same with any industry, but you want to be realistic here. What can you do that takes a nominal skill that can still make and leverage a good income online? So I have a cash flow guide, online cash flow guide. I recently made it. It's 15 pages. I was gonna make some shitty little ebook and not really care about it and push ads to it. That was my intention when I first started it. And then just like anything I do, I'm all right, let me just do this little thing. And then when I start doing it, I'm hey, if I'm already doing it, I might as well. So I might as well did it into 15 pages when it was supposed to be 1 or 2. But what came out of it is a very good ebook that I'm very proud to stand behind. I was going to charge for it $100. I may eventually. I'll put it in the description or whatever if you want to look at that. This probably won't get a lot of views, but whoever sees this, you can go click through it. But very passionate about that cash flow guide that I make, or cash flow framework. I forget what I named it, but the contents of it is basically what I learned over the past 3 years. That pushed the needle for me. What changed the need? the whole online game for me, and looking at it from a zoomed out perspective, like what helped me get me closer to my goals and be happier. Because it's not always about making money. I've seen people depressed making $50K a month. That doesn't matter, right? You want to be happy with what you're doing and be proud of what you're doing, right? So again, guides in there. I haven't done one of these in a while. Can't really talk long. It's like 10 minutes, whatever. But listen, I'm going to keep making these. You guys come back for value or whatever it may be. In that guide as well, I have my personal WhatsApp linked in there, so you guys can text me or whatever for advice. I was thinking of doing like paid consultations, but I'd rather help people kind of figure out their problems, because that's what I wanted when I first started this online stuff. But all I could find was people trying to sell me shit and just people trying to make a quick buck off me. So I kind of want to be the opposite person and say, listen, let me help you for free, figure out what you want to do. I'm not expert in everything, but I'll point you in the right direction and kind of get your head on a swivel to figure out what you need to do to push the needle. And I've seen and tried a lot of businesses, so I'll help you to figure out what you want to do, and then say, listen, this might be the direction you want to go through. Like somebody was talking to me about drop shipping. I said, yo, figure these few things out and you want to go in this direction, and that seems like, oh, Matt, you don't know anything about drop shipping. I know a thing or two, but again, I'm not going to claim I'm some expert, right? But anyways, thanks for watching. If you watched to this point, like, subscribe, comment, I don't know, do whatever you want. Dislike, I'll take those too. But whatever, you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in another video.